here.
Where do we look? What's our outline?
Well, I think we can look at each other,
Oh, okay.
but also look at the people.
Okay. The green light?
Yes.
Okay.
Hello. Welcome back to the Inner Voices podcast. My name is Gerth Munkholm-Heberlig.
And my name is Bunko Munkholm-Heberlig.
And Bunko is my husband. And
Gertha is my wife.
yes. And this is the episode of Inner Voices where we feature Bunko and Gerth. And that's us.
Welcome.
Basically, as we've understood it, we got a bunch of questions from Kara Morgan's patrons.
On websites, emails, comments.
Boy, they've come in all of those forms, and we're just trying to wrap our brains around it here. But I think we've got them open. Should we take a whack?
Let's give it a whack.
Okay. Here is the first question, and this question, it's a bunch of questions. It's from Melinda Merker. And the first one is, how did you meet?
Wow.
That's a good question.
Well, it's a short story, but we'll make it long.
Okay, yeah.
We met when we were born.
Yes, because we're from the same town, and our mommies were pregnant at the same time.
Yes. And we both emerged from our mothers on the same day.
We have the same birthday.
And the same hospital.
Yes, and so what my mom tells me is that when I was born, they back then, I think they don't do this now, but they wheel the little babies into a room, and they're all lined up in their little cribs, their little baby crib, but fancy.
And it was good because it was the first time that babies got to socialize. And that's what's one of the problems with today is that babies don't have a room where they all get to talk or cry or do stuff together anymore.
Exactly. We don't have kids, so maybe that does exist. I could be wrong about that not existing.
Baby
currently.
rooms?
Yes.
I haven't heard anybody say baby room since. I don't think I've ever heard anyone say baby room till now.
Well, that's exactly where we met, in the baby room. My name was already Gerth Ann because there's a line of Gerth Anns in my family, but Bunko's parents hadn't decided on a name yet, and so it was Gerth Ann Heberlig.
And then they had to write untitled on my birth certificate.
Untitled Munkholm.
Yeah. But they corrected it. Eventually.
And it's short for a longer one.
Yes. Oh, my pants popped.
Oh, honey. Okay, we'll get your belt before we head out.
My full name is Bunko Michael John, one word with hyphens, but I go by Bunko.
Exactly. It's a little simpler.
Yeah. But we were little babies in the baby room next to each other, and I rolled over in my Bunko baby crib, and it was love at first sight.
Yes.
That's what they told us.
That's what they told us. It's very rare that a baby remembers their first day or two.
Yes.
And we're not an exception, but I have a memory I believe I formulated, and I would say that it was love at first sight.
Yes. And granted, back then, it was always love at first sight because that was the first baby I saw.
Well, you might not have loved the first baby you saw.
But babies, for the most part, look basically identical. So.
Well, you had a divot.
That's true. I had a deep hole.
Yeah.
A deep
was a
baby.
Tough birth for Bunko.
Yeah.
And but no, I mean, yes.
It's true. You are right. And you did have a big head of hair for a baby. And I think that's probably what drew me to you.
Well, and that's funny because that brings us to one of Melinda's questions.
No.
Yes, it says, Bunko, what attracted you to Gerth?
Well, spoiler alert, I answered it. Her hair.
Had just a shock of hair.
Yeah.
Just on the top.
Yeah.
It was kind of like a
mohawk.
A little baby mohawk.
Yes.
Kind of had my wild days early.
She was the wildest when she was
Uh,
a baby, and from there she got safer and safer. And I'd say that's what's made me be more and more attracted is
oh,
that every day we go together, your level of safety increases.
oh, thank you, baby.
You're welcome, baby.
I try to get safer.
Yes.
Um, every day. Okay, now Melinda asks Girth, same question. What attracted you to Bunko?
Uh-oh.
Oh, well, again, this might sound paradoxical because I've just said I don't technically remember the first time I laid eyes on Bunko, but I feel like I do because there's pictures from the time and the stories from our mothers and our daddies. Um, and when I pictured the divot that Bunko had in his head, I said, that kid popped out uh, with a struggle. And yet he's here and he's still smiling. He smiled at me through his little baby crib. And I think subconsciously that little baby self of mine said, I want to get to know that guy better. And that's the definition of attraction, right? You're interested, you're drawn to them.
The what defines love is not if you have a divot in your head, but if it's someone sees
Sees
the
the
divot in
divot
your head,
and
likes
and
it.
likes it, which I
Yes.
did.
Yes.
And that's, by the way, Melinda, just the start of our my attraction for Bunko, because of course he every day that he grew, my first conscious memory that I can say, no, I know I remember this, is uh Bunko was out on his sidewalk and he was pumping up a little ball,
Mm-hmm.
uh
Bali.
a volleyball,
Yes.
and he very quickly got it to the correct
PSI.
PSI. And when you're little, when you're 3 years old, that's not easy to do. I said,
No.
okay, this guy had a divot as a baby, and he also is quick with a PSI, and there's an intelligence there. So intelligence was the second thing
Yes.
to draw me in.
Yes. So it goes divot in head and then knowledge of pounds per square inch.
Yes, and I could go on from there, but I don't think that's what Melinda asked. Okay, she does have one other question. Where did you go on your first date?
Oh, well, not to be a spoiler. If you don't count baby stuff,
Okay, let's imagine for the sake of the podcast that
that we're
they
big.
don't count baby stuff.
Okay. Okay. Do they count kid stuff? No.
No, they don't.
They count everything big boy, big girl stuff.
Yes.
Okay. Well, we were 15
Yes.
and the church was having a fair.
Yes.
And we both had stands at the fair. And so we thought, what about if we turn both of us having stands? I was selling crocheted crosses.
Yes. Beautiful.
Yes.
Elaborate with
Mm-hmm.
flowers crocheted in them.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Gerth had her own stand as well.
Yes. My stand was cross stitched. You're going to think I'm going to say crosses, but I wasn't. It was mangers, cross stitched mangers.
Yes. And we thought, well, what about if instead of making it just a transactional fundraiser for the church, we also turn it into a date? So we both brought meatball subs
Yes.
and we connected our tables. And as far as we know, that was the first time anybody at our parish had connected
a
tables.
table. And some people, everything in our church is done by vote. You vote on a thing, and some people, we didn't know this till later. They were saying they can't do that.
Mm-mm.
We don't connect tables here. It's a separate vendor, a separate product. What is it? They're 15 years old. They can't do that.
Yes, but we bypassed the vote in the name of love.
Yes.
And
you choked on your meatball.
Big choke. Yeah, I was guzzling it down, and I bought to wash down the meatball subs. I bought milkshakes, and I was trying to impress Girth with how much milkshake I could.
And it worked.
It did.
It was incredible the rate at which it went.
I drank about 60 ounces of milkshake that night just to win her over.
But when I did the Heimlich, because as a Heberlig, you are trained in a Heimlich. The clans in Germany that go
Yes.
back hand in hand.
As a Munkholm, we do not know Heimlich,
Right.
so that's why I couldn't do it to
Worked
myself.
out well.
Yeah.
And it all came out.
Hmm.
All over the cross stitch mangers.
And she looked down at that, then she looked up at me and she said, "You fit a lot inside of you." And
Uh-huh.
that felt good.
And
That
that
felt
was
good.
it. We were going steady basically from that moment on.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's move on to the next set of questions here. This is from Jane Whitelock. And Jane says, "Hey there, Bunko and Girth."
Hi.
Hi there. "I'm wondering how you're coping with your newfound fame.
Okay.
What strategies do you think help you stay grounded while your star rises?"
Hmm.
Do you want
It's a good question. Excuse me.
That's okay, honey.
Sorry, honey.
That's okay, honey. Go ahead. You take a whack
Yeah.
at that one.
So what helps us stay grounded is, well, partially that we try new things, but the main thing that we tried that I feel like really grew
Mm.
on us over
Mm.
time was brunch.
Brunch.
That,
Yes.
if you eat a breakfast, you can feel like a star.
Uh-huh.
You eat a breakfast and a lunch, you start to let that get to your
You
head.
get into your
Oh, how
head.
many meals can I have? How many meals can I have? I'm becoming famous.
Right. I can people, the money isn't rolling in yet, but it will be. And
Yeah.
so you put the money on a loan for all the extra meals.
Mm-hmm.
In our first video, we had no idea what was about to happen.
No.
We put it out into the world, and boy, don't people start put clicking on it.
Yes.
And I'll admit, I had for 5 days in a row. I had a breakfast. I had a second breakfast. I had a brunch, and then I would have a lunch.
Yes. But we had to learn that brunch can take place of two meals.
Yeah, and it's
And it reminds you to be humble. You
mm-hmm.
don't get breakfast and lunch, you get brunch.
You get brunch.
Save breakfast and lunch for Brad Pitt, Princess Diana.
Yes, yes. Uh, I couldn't think of another one. Wayne
Grain
Gretzky.
Gretzky.
They get to have it. They've earned it.
Yeah.
They've had a lot of consistent fame and success. So if anybody's going to have a breakfast and a lunch and maybe a second breakfast, it should be Wayne Gretzky and Princess Diana.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's how we stay grounded. Jane Whitelock. My second question is.
Here, I'll ask you. You answered. You give
Oh
this one
yeah,
away.
okay.
Have you thought about what type of accommodation you'll use for a tour?
Well, yes, because some of the comments on these videos mention where you should come to Toronto,
Toronto, London.
London, which, if anything, makes me want to have two breakfasts and a lunch. It's thinking about going to London.
Yeah, all the beans and
Uh,
mashers. Beans and mashers?
Mashers,
What is
yes,
it? Beans and mashers?
beans, mashers,
Mashers and stew?
and
What is it?
don't tell me it's
That's not poppycocks, is it?
well, that's a word. But no, it's jackets.
Jackets?
Anyway, yes, I have thought about it, and it's tricky because on one hand, you'd think, "Oh, stay humble, just stay in
Yeah.
a tent." But at the same time, if they've got hotels with hot tubs, then why don't we just go ahead and do that?
Yes. Or if, you go to a new city and you can find a person who's willing to let you stay in their home, why not stay in their home, especially if they got a hot tub?
Right. So we're torn currently about a person staying in their home and staying in a hotel, and also who's going to pay for it.
Yeah.
We don't understand yet how that works.
Especially overseas. The conversion therapy costs an arm and a leg to figure out.
When you add that therapy on top of the money, the dollars you're putting out to
Yeah.
them and saying, "Here's a dollar," they say, "Okay, well, there's a conversion therapy first, and then
Uh-huh.
you'll get your pounds," I think it is.
And if we went to, China or Japan, the
Mm-hmm.
yen, wherever the yen is, the conversion therapy to get into yen,
But I mean, we don't. We're
billions.
nervous. It's billions at least, and we're nervous about it.
Yeah.
So there's a lot other questions, but yeah, accommodation. Our top ranks are a hotel with a hot tub, or a person that'll let us stay in their house for
For
free
free.
with a hot
Hot
tub.
tub.
Okay, you want to read this next
Yes.
one?
I expect there will be pressure on you to take your music from town to town
Mm,
and share your gifts far and wide.
mm.
Do you have a tour manager in mind?
Well,
It's a good question, and it's
yeah,
one we've talked about.
we have because of all these conversion therapy and the billion, the yens, and yeah, let's get somebody
Yeah,
who can help us do
do
it.
it. Because it's been my mom up until now,
Yeah,
but her involvement has been minimal at best.
right.
She kind of said she would be our manager when we begged it of her,
Yeah,
but
because she. So a little backstory on her at the church. There was a vocal ensemble that she was a part of, a great singer, and they would tour all over the northern Minnesota. I mean, they would visit church
Duluth,
Duluth.
they'd hit Duluth,
They'd
believe it
hit
or not.
Duluth. They'd hit Rochester.
Oh yeah, I mean
Uh,
southern, but still impressive.
right, in that right, and then the Boundary Waters. They'd take little canoe trips around singing, and she was at the helm
The
of
whole
that.
dang thing.
And so we said, "Hey, mom," I call her mom. She doesn't love it, but she's technically my mom
Yes, legally,
legally.
and if you don't believe in legal mom, then
What do we
you
even?
yeah.
Yeah,
Next you're gonna tell me you don't like meshers and jackets?
and beanies. It's a crazy world, but anyway,
Ugh.
mom, she said, "Well, fine, I can at least help you guys get around to northern Minnesota venues, but." She's got a lot on her plate. She does a lot. She's got a lot of committees she's a part of. We've not seen any actual work.
Not yet.
So,
I mean, we've seen work out of what she's done for the Salvation Army.
oh,
She's organized all of the donation
absolutely.
center.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to
All those
say
tables, she put those. Without her work at the Salvation Army,
yes.
there'd be no
There
tables
be
in the
no
donation
tables,
room.
and if without tables, it's just
A floor.
t-shirts on the floor.
Ugh,
Uh,
makes me sick.
it makes so no. I'm very sorry, honey. I wasn't trying to
I
disparage
know.
her.
She hasn't done any work
I just
whatsoever for our band.
right. So we're gonna actually. This is another little spoiler, but we're actually gonna have auditions
Yeah.
for a tour manager
Mm-hmm.
sometime soon. Once we get this album all sorted, probably gonna just have some people
Come in and
come in
do a talking audition.
and tell us we are exactly what they could offer our band tour wise.
Yeah. Where we ask them questions and they give answers on how they'd be best at the job, which is like a talking audition.
Yes.
Or like I should come up with a word for when you're trying to get
Yes.
a job and you talk and answer questions for a talking audition.
They should. Who's in charge of the words?
The man upstairs.
Exactly. Okay, honey. Um, I'll take a whack at this. Well, I'll answer. I'll ask it, and I think you're gonna have to answer it.
Okay.
This next question is from Ariel Duhart, and
Oh,
it is
sounds like a Hollywood actor.
yes, like Bob Newhart.
Yes.
Are you
Ariel Duhart. Are you related
related
to
to
Bob
Bob
Newhart?
Newhart? Let us know.
Just kidding.
Oh, right, she probably isn't.
No.
She asks, is Bunko still holding his breath for photos?
Well, I'm trying to shake it off, but it does calm me.
Mm.
So it makes it, I just worried that when I'm breathing, I'm shaking about the picture. So I try to do it, but some people have a problem with it, but you go to a sniper for the Marine Corps and you tell him,
Yeah.
don't hold your breath.
Right.
Then when he'll be looking all over. But when he holds his breath,
And in case you're wondering, how does Bunko know so much about that? Well, when he was 22,
I read an entire book about snipers.
yeah, and he was thinking about it, and I said, "Honey, what do you do? What are you talking about? That you get put holding a gun
Mm-hmm.
and aiming it at something?" And he said, "I wouldn't shoot a
Person.
person."
Yeah. I know more about World War II than anybody in our marriage.
That is accurate. That is accurate.
What was the question?
Are you still holding your breath for photos?
Yes.
Okay, you want to take?
Yeah, let me read you one.
Okay, read this one.
Okay, this one is from Tim Eldred. That sounds like a Lord of the Rings guy.
Oh, Tim.
Eldred.
Yes, like, uh, well, I'm actually thinking of Mordred, and that's a King Arthur guy. But I agree with
Same
you.
same
Yes,
style of guy.
yeah, guy.
Have you considered adding new instruments to your sound? I recommend smoke alarm. It
Oh,
really keeps the audience focused. Huh.
that's a great idea.
What do you think?
I mean, if we have an issue with the audience being distracted, it would be good to have a tool.
That's true. You know, it goes beep and they go, huh? And they
Huh?
look over at the music. Beep, huh? And they look over at the music
At
because,
the music, because you've got a microphone and you probably know what's going on, and you can say false alarm, but you bunch of bumholes, listen up, we're trying to sing you something.
yes. And the smoke alarm would kind of be translating that. And then, you know, eventually they'd learn like a Pavlov dog. When
Pavlov.
it hears a bell, it wants to eat
Eat the
meats.
meats.
Ding, ding, ding. I want to eat meat. With us, it would be
Beep.
beep. And I want to watch music.
Pay attention.
Yeah.
Okay, Tim,
Yeah, we'll
that's a
do that.
great idea. Any new well, just another spoiler for our album. Boy, we have other instruments.
Name one. Piano.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
Piano.
Piano,
Yes.
yes.
Piano. Yes.
Yeah, yes.
Piano. Yes.
I'd like to play that instrument,
Yeah.
please.
It'd be more positive.
Yes.
All the white keys would be black and all the
And
black keys would be white.
exactly.
That could confuse.
It would well, and the original harpsichord was reversed like that.
That all the black keys were white.
I know more about the harpsichord than anybody in this marriage.
She does.
Okay. Tim Eldred has some other questions here.
Wow.
I'll give you a whack at this one, all right?
Okay, this is the sequel. This is the Twin Towers.
Yes.
Lord of the
Very
Rings and the
good.
Twin
And
Towers.
the Tim Eldred. What was the most important turning point for music in the 20th century?
So that would be the 1900s.
Exactly.
I would probably say when Acme, which was it took over Stewart banjos.
Mm.
So at the time, you could order a banjo in the mail, and it would show up for $20.
And what year are we talking?
1901 to 1908,
Mm-hmm.
roughly.
Mm-hmm.
And you'd get it and you could special order it. You could say, I want to have a beautiful woman carved into the heel of the banjo.
Hang on, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
You could have anything carved into it.
Wow.
And before that, you could not have an instrument in the mail.
Okay.
So if you wanted an instrument before then, well, tough luck. You don't know what to do. Who do I send a letter to?
Right. You just have to keep trying different people to send the letter to.
Yeah, you'll walk up to them. Can I give you a letter? This has money inside of it. Will you send me a banjo?
And a lot of people say yes, but they don't have any intention.
No, thieves. So many thieves.
Mm.
But then Acme came along, and now you have a place to hand your letter
money
to.
to. I agree, and that's so basically it's like before that you couldn't easily access your musical expression, and now you can.
Yes.
That's great. Okay, you want to ask me Next one.
Which classical composer contributed the most to our modern culture? Ah.
Well, I have an answer that's a little controversial.
Uh-oh. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
I mean,
Warning.
alarm button.
Alarm. Trigger warning.
Yes.
I'm going to say Ludwig von Beethoven.
Yeah.
And that's controversial because some people place him in the classical period and then some people place him in the romantic period. But I think his foundations were classical, and then that informed his music, and he was one of the main progenitors of the romantic period.
Now, I have a question about him that you might be able to answer for
Okay,
me.
honey.
Is it true that he was deaf, so he had to put a stick in his mouth to play the piano, and he'd put it in his mouth and hit the keys, and that's how he played the piano because he couldn't hear. He had to hear it inside of his skull with a stick, or is that made up?
All right. You're saying that he would tap the stick to the piano to feel the vibrations of
Inside
it?
of his skull, yeah.
I have never heard that.
And so when you hear all of the piano recordings, that was all done with a stick.
Good gracious, that's amazing.
I don't know if it's true, but I heard that.
I have not heard that, but he did have a degenerative ear disease that left him deaf in his later years.
So it's true.
That is true. The stick part I had never heard, but I certainly.
Well, how else would he have heard what he was doing?
Well, he was a genius, and he could in his head hear the harmonies in the music.
Oh.
But I'm not saying that you're wrong, Bunko. I find that fascinating. I'm very, very curious to know if that is true.
Maybe we can Google stick
Sure.
later.
Let's Google.
We'll Google stick to see what shows up.
What we find. Okay, I'm going to ask you this one. What do the lyrics "To Start Me Up" actually mean? I've always wondered.
What is "Start Me Up"?
Unfortunately, I don't know that song either.
We didn't write that. Maybe that's a song that they think we're doing in the future.
Okay.
What do the lyrics to this? Okay, well, you'll answer it that way. What do the lyrics of the song that we might write one day called "Start Me Up"? What do they actually mean? So maybe I'll tell you what the lyric is, then you tell me what it actually means.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna put a lot of oil in my brand new lawnmower.
Okay.
What does that actually mean?
What that actually means is that you've had a rough week and you need to decompress. And so you're putting some oil in because you know that's what the lawnmower likes. And if the lawnmower's happy, you're going to be happy.
Okay. And then the next one, I'm going to put a lot of oil in my lawnmower because I got something for myself and for my wife, a bouquet of flowers to rhyme with mower, flower.
Oh, that's a good rhyme.
What does that actually mean?
We will have written. It means that you've been a grumpy bump and that maybe I got a little irritated at you and you're making up for it with the flowers, which I do love.
Yep. So that's
okay. That answers your question, Tim.
Start me up.
Start me up.
Thank you.
Okay. Oh, this one is no.
Yeah.
But okay, you want to read that one?
Yes, this one's from Leia. Is it Princess?
I wish. I think it's Leah.
Princess Leia? That doesn't sound.
But this is a different person.
Oh yes. Okay.
Than Princess Leia.
I'm so excited for Bunko and Gerth's forthcoming album.
Thank you.
As someone who has been down this road before, I would like to ask us a few questions. Number one, how do the two of you balance each other's creative ideas so that you both love the end result?
That's a great question.
Yeah, that's good. Well, we try to make both of our ideas the same idea.
Yes, that's ideal. And honestly, it kind of works because as soon as Bunko says an idea, I say, oh, that's a good idea. Let's do it.
We can know what the idea is inside of the other person's head.
Yes. And whatever it is, that is going to be it. And then inside of my head, I know what the next thing will be.
Yes. Here's an example.
Okay.
Let's say that I wanted to write a song about eating eating dog food.
Yes. And then I'll say, great. Here is a start of it. The little bitty dog walked on his little bitty legs.
He liked to eat dog food like the scrambled eggs
He gobbled up the dog food and it got all on his mouth.
until he had to travel deep down south.
Doggy, doggy, eating the food. Doggy,
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 eating
eating the
the
food.
food.
So that was an example of
Uh,
how we both
both
have the
have the
same
same
idea.
idea, and that even whatever the first idea is, it's okay because you're going to do the next idea
Yes. And then we both love the end result because we both love our own idea.
and each other's idea.
Yes. Sometimes each other's idea is better than an idea you'd read in the news or on
Yes,
TV.
a lot of times.
Yeah. Number 2, have you ever lost your creative spark? And if so, how did you get it back?
Oh, that's a good one.
Well, to be honest, we've only had creative sparks for about the past year.
Yes, well, and even less than that, the last band wise, the last 3-4 months.
Yeah. I don't know if I was creative before that.
Well, we did uh, a couple of years ago. We did paint by numbers,
Yeah.
and I
Okay.
think that was
So,
creative. And I remember one point in that journey feeling like, I don't know, this isn't this. I'm being told what number and color to use. I'm not feeling excited about this.
yes. And so I told her, what about if you pretend that the numbers are an image? For example, 12 would be a guy standing straight and the neck of a swan.
Yes,
And then she thought, oh, well, I'm just painting a guy and a swan. That doesn't sound so bad. And she started to feel creative
I
again.
felt creative again, and there it was, the spark.
Uh huh. So I would say to get your creative spark back, just imagine that numbers are
So
images.
images. Okay, I'll give you this next one, Bunko. What's your dream performance venue?
Hmm. Fuddruckers. The burgers are out of this world, and they, when you walk in, they say, "Sorry, we're out of money. We can't pay you. We can only pay you in burgers."
Exactly. We saw that happen to another another couple gonna play a venue, and so that's how we know you can do it and that you can get paid in
In burgers.
burgers. So we're gonna call them up, and when we have our album,
Mm-hmm.
say, "Hey, what about this?"
Yeah, we'll call them more than we do now, because
Yeah,
now we're mostly calling them for business, or
yeah,
I always like to call a place, ask if they're open before I go.
and then
So
try to get a reservation. And they always
yeah,
say we don't do reservations, but just in case
just to
they
be sure.
change.
Yeah, because one time I went to a library
Mm,
on MLK Day,
mm,
and it was closed.
mm-hmm.
And so ever since that, I said, well, whenever I go somewhere, I'm going to call them before I
Call
go. For now on.
from now on.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay, then Leah asks how the two of you met, and we already said it was
we already
in
told you
babies.
when we were babies.
Bunko, I think that's all of the questions.
Wow,
We did it.
holy moly!
Well, thanks everybody for wanting to know this stuff and for supporting us.
Yes, and now is the time for our question for
For
you.
you.
Well,
Ooh.
where do
Do
you
you
live?
live? Okay, put it in the comments.
Thank you.
Thank you, and goodbye now.